Alright, this is the final Hulk build update for Hulk, obviously. Hulk has not changed much except for the relics, which have actually changed Hulk a lot. So, let's go over the video. Melee piece. What you want for the melee piece is a plasma power attack. There are arguments for other pieces. There's a Bone Shaker boon, which gives you up to 18% crit chance while Bone Shaker is active, which is a very strong perk on the bottom. And there are two good top perks. There's Faultless Spark, and then from the offline vendor there is also a Faultless Vibranium payload. However, because these new relics increase your crit so much, I'm thinking Tachyon Surge is probably the best piece. However, there are other plasma power attack pieces that would be very good. Another reason this piece is so good is because the stats, of course. And you definitely want plasma power attack. If you don't remember, the reason plasma power attack is so good is because if you activate Rage and do your plasma power attack, it will also build up Sonic if you have range Sonic attacks. And for the range piece, this is the perfect piece. It doesn't get better than this. You can also get it with Valor Might Precision or Valor Might Resilience. That's fine, but this is as good as it gets. You want Faultless buff, Sonic ranged, and the Vibranium Double Leak is the best top perk, but top perk doesn't matter much. You want Valor Might, Sonic range, and Faultless buff. You can get this from the raid, Elite raid, and you can also farm the or save scum the Tachyon event. This piece is not that rare, right? There's only two possible range pieces, and if you get a Faultless buff, there's only this or Vibranium range. And then getting Valor and Might out of the 4-stat pool is not that hard. But this is easily Hulk's best range piece, always has been. Chest piece, I like the Tachyon Surge. Or not the Tachyon Surge, the Cosmic Surge piece. You can get this from the OLT. You can also save from the Omega event. And Hulk, you're not a precision build, so you want Might, Proficiency Resolve, and Reactive Cosmic Surge. It's not crazy hard to get if you save from the Omega event. And it's a good piece. The downside is it doesn't have Valor, but Proficiency is not worthless. Crit chance and perk chance are useful for sure. And Resolve and Might are good, definitely. 4-piece, again, it's the same. Best 4-piece it's always been, the World Breakers Neuronics with Valor Might Resolve. You can get it from the Vault, or you can save from the Red Room event, or just run the Red Room event. This piece is not exceptionally rare. What you really care about from this piece is the Bone Shaker Supercharge, the Heroic Charge Rate. The Unstoppable Rage is cute, the Rock Breaker, who cares, right? But you want Valor and Might, and this, I get the triple stat Valor Might Resolve. It's not that hard to get. Alright, what has really changed for Hulk is the stat relic. And here is essentially a perfect stat relic. It's Shard of the Cosmos. You want 2 Valor and 1 Might, or 2 Might and 1 Valor. Either way is fine. And if you look at these perks, the really important perk is the Augmented Melee boon. It gives you 8% crit chance, only for melee attacks. However, that does include your heroics, because your heroics count as melee attacks for Hulk. So it's essentially all your attacks, except the random rocks you'll occasionally throw, but those don't matter anyways. And it's 8% per nanite stack. And this does stack. So if you have 2 of these relics and you have all 3 types of nanites going, that's up to 48% crit chance. Now, I'm not going to do a spreadsheet to show you the numbers, but essentially these are absurdly powerful relics, this piece. And how do you get these nanite augments? Well, your teammates can give them to you. However, I wouldn't rely on that. Invigorating Cold is the bottom perk. You want that Overreach for the Sun. It can give you and your teammates 30 cryo augments. Ideally, you'd want it on both of these relics. And then if you look at this top perk, it can give you kills. Can give you, for this one specifically, plasma nanite augments. I haven't seen with Gamma, but I think that exists, right? And even if it's just 2, that's what? 8 times 4 is 32 crit chance, which is absurd. Not to mention that these relics have much better stats than the Valor relics, right? You get 90 or even over 100 more total stats than the previous Valor relics. This relic makes Hulk hit so much harder. Hulk is now probably honestly the hardest hitting class in the game, even ahead of Iron Man. Not necessarily the best class in the game because of his lack of range and mobility, but yeah, Hulk, it just got a massive buff because of these relics specifically. Yeah, so what you care about is augmented melee boon for both of your relics, good stats for both of your relics, which is going to be a combination of Valor and Might, invigorating cold on at least one of your relics, and you want a lethal, either the plasma or I think there's a gamma one. Ideally, you'd want a plasma on one, gamma on the other, and 2 invigorating colds. Yeah, and that's perfect relics. So yeah, you get these from running cloning labs, so definitely run cloning labs as Hulk. You can do over half the boss's damage with one hit of your Thunderclap, which is absurd, right? Hulk's crit chance can get insane. You can get 48% chance from the melee boon. The damage buff can give you 10 if you're running the relic for killing the boss. Sonic gives an extra 25 on the enemies. You have like a base 27% crit chance, right? You can do, your crit chance can reach over 100% as Hulk. Alright, filler relic. If you don't have this relic, which is by far Hulk's best relic, you can use just Valor relics with powerful attack. The relic vendor sells them every week. I believe it's Wednesday/Thursday, depending on your time zone. Power attack, powerful boon's good. Triple Valor's good, but keep in mind this piece is much, much better. But until you're starting to do in cloning labs, these pieces are fine. Alright, exotic relic. The ring is definitely the one you want to run. Cornucopia now can be used every minute, and I suggest you do, to build up cryo nano augments with the Shard of the Cosmos. And the ring is just good, right? You're going to kill a bit, you're going to make a bit of heroic orbs, and the bountiful increases your heroic charge rate when you pick them up, especially if you have Bone Shaker active. Right, you're going to be, it's actually plus 300, so what is that? 4 times 1.5. You're going to be, orbs can give you 6 times as much heroic charge rate, which is absurd, you know. The surplus is cute. Yeah, this is definitely Hulk's best relic. While you're killing bosses, you can use just the damage buff relic, just pop it, and, you know, get some extra damage and crit chance. But for most of the time, Ring of the Nebulung, spam Cornucopia. It's just good. Easily Hulk's best relic overall. Champion points, same as everyone else. The crit ones matter a lot. And these are okay, and then these 4 are absolutely worthless. Here are the skills. Here's more of the skills. One of these is a 100% heroic charge rate while you have your normal rage active. Keep in mind, it's pretty good as well. And stat priority, Valor and Might are the best stats for Hulk by a long shot. And Resolve and Proficiency are also useful to have at least one of, I would say. Resilience, you don't really want. You don't want Precision. And 1 piece of Intensity. However, the cool thing about the way this Hulk is built is we're using all 6 pieces are exotics, and you don't have to worry about the stats because all of your pieces have Valor and Might except your chest piece. You get your 1 piece of Intensity from the melee, you get your 1 piece of Proficiency from your chest piece, and you have 2 pieces of Resolve from your chest piece and 4 piece, and then your relics are just straight Valor and Might. So the stats are absurd, all exotics. Hulk's really, really good now. Overall, top tier AoE DPS, yeah, Hulk is probably the hardest hitting class in the game now. In terms of actual damage you'll do, it maybe not, because Hulk has a range limitation, you know? He can't fly, his targeted range damage isn't good. So like in the elite raid, Hulk is still not especially amazing compared to someone like Iron Man. Yeah, Hulk's always been a hard-hitting, very tanky class, and now he just hits way harder because of these relics, essentially. Yeah, that's the Hulk build update. Hopefully it's informative, but essentially the Hulk build has stayed the same as it always has, and it's just these relics have pushed the build really far, and definitely use Ring of Nebulung now. Alright, hopefully that is helpful.